Welcome back to my running back road to glory. I understand this series has not been super consistent. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to be super consistent because road to glory honestly isn't super fun. So I just try to play it whenever I actually feel like I'm in the mood to play it. But let's go ahead and take care of our weekly agenda. First, we need to get a little healthier, and then we need to spend a little bit on studying. We are finally at degrees, and then we can heal just a little bit more. We have one skill point left to use, and we're just going to use that, I guess, on social media. In our very first game of this episode, we get to take on Vanderbilt, so let's see how well that game goes. It has legitimately been so long since I recorded this, I forgot that the disgusting fact that my quarterback wears number 20. Let's see if we can get some good blocking here as we end up with a solid, 5-yard gain to start? You guys know the drill with our playbook at this point. You're probably going to see the same just handful of plays the entire game, and this time it's going to be a loss of 3 in the backfield, so we probably need to go out for a pass on this one, and hopefully our quarterback doesn't screw this one up. So on 3rd and 8, we're going to roll out here, and this is a risky throw. I didn't even react to the ball, but we will be punting this one away. I know it's my road to glory, but I don't feel like that was the best decision to throw that ball there anyway. And trying the same exact run play results in a gain of a yard. Can we get something else? Yeah, sure. Let's try this screen. We at least need to get some sort of offense going. We're already down 7-0. So maybe we can get the screen to the outside, and we actually will. And we will have a first down, cut back in across the 50, across the 30, 25, and shoved out to the 22-yard line. Following that run, we got subbed out for a bit, so now it's 7-3 as that drive would end in a field goal. And we'll go to the outside again and end up with a 4-yard run this time. So let's see what we can do on this next play. We have that screen again, but I want to try this halfback power play. Let's see if this guard can actually pull and see if we can actually remember to follow him and maybe get a decent gain out of this. And no, we won't. We would get subbed out following that. We come back in. It's a 1st and 10. We're going to try a screen to the outside. And I like the blocking. We end up with another first down. Look, if that is going to be the only way we can move the ball, we may just have to do that. We are going to keep trying to run the ball, though, and it's not going to work at all. I understand this is an SEC defense, but the ratings were not that good. Can I please get some sort of blocking? No. I guess from here, we will try another screen play. Goes to the outside, and we do have blockers, so we end up with another first down. We're going to hurdle this man, and then we got leveled, but we are down to the 28. We would also get subbed out of that drive, and it would end in another field goal, so it's 7-6. We come back out on the next drive, and on first down, we'll get nothing. Once again, we got subbed out, but as we come back in, we're going to get the ball, and a gain of a yard? No, that time we actually did get nothing. Sure, let's run this screen. It's the only way so far I've been able to get any sort of yards with our guy. So on 2nd and 10, here comes the screen to the outside, and the blocking sort of set up, and never mind, no it didn't. Let's jump into the second half, where we are now down 17-6, and we're gonna start with a great run. So far, we have 10 carries for 9 yards. Not the ideal day you would want from your running back here. 2nd and 9 out of shotgun. We'll run to the outside, and loss in the backfield. 3rd and 12 coming up. We would get subbed out following that. We come back in. It's a 1st and 10 here late in the 3rd quarter. We have a screen pass that we're going to turn into a first down because that's really the only way we can move the ball today. All right, last time we ran this kind of route, the quarterback threw a really risky ball. I hope he doesn't do that again. We're actually going to throw to the outside this time, and that's a 3-yard gain, so at least we got something out of it. But now can we get some run blocking, please? 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line. And yes, we will. Up the middle, easily our biggest run of the day. We get to come back in on a 2nd and 2 now from the 18-yard line. It'll be a screen to the outside that the blocking does not set up on at all. And we somehow managed to gain a yard on that. But it looks like we're going to get subbed out again. And we actually managed to get a touchdown in simulation. We come back in for the 2-point try. And we'll try to use our speed to get to the edge. And we will get there. We go into the 4th quarter only down by 3. We get the ball back. It will be a screen to the outside because it's worked all day and it's going to continue to work. For the love of God, can I please get some blocking on this play? Run to the outside. We actually do get some blocking and some positive yards there. Only a gain of 4, but that's an improvement over what we've been getting most of the day. All right, Alfred, we're going to trust you to not make a bad decision here. We're going to send the man in motion. Everybody's going deep. And he's dumping it off to us immediately for some reason, and we get nothing on the play. Could you at least let me get out of the backfield next time? I understand we were running screens all day, but that was not the time to just throw one to me in the backfield. On 3rd and 6, it's going to be another screen, and this time we actually break that tackle. I was going to say they read it perfectly, which they did, but we got away. But now it's a 4th and 8. We would punt the ball away, but we get it back, still down by 3 with 2:23 to go here in the game. And we're going to start with a run play that gets us a single yard. All right. So I guess we'll go to the screen pass now. 2nd and 9. Alfred back in shotgun again. Near the 2-minute timeout, and we'll do a quick throw to the edge, and we're going to have to go out of bounds. Brings up a 3rd and 7 with 2:05 remaining. They're bringing up blitz, so we're going to go with the screen. We try to spin out a man and get brought down to bring up a 4th and 5. I highly doubt we're going to punt it again, but we're at least getting taken off the field. I actually lied. We are, in fact, not getting taken off. Following the 2-minute timeout, we come out for the 4th and 5, and you guys guessed it, most likely it's going to be a screen as we hurdle that man to get the first down and keep our hopes alive. Under 2 minutes to go in the game here. We're going to come out and run the ball again, but our blocking doesn't set up at all, and we get nothing on the play. We would get subbed out, and as we come back in, about a minute and a half to go here in the game, it's a 1st and 10. And we're going to throw this one underneath, and I didn't want to fall to make that catch, but I guess I did technically press X as I was trying to call for the ball. So now on a 2nd and 3. We'll come out in a shotgun set. Take the snap. It'll be a screen to the outside. And we're going to get the first down the sideline, and Pearson goes out of bounds with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. We got subbed out for a play that apparently took 7 seconds off the clock. So now it's a 2nd and 10. And we're going to run a handoff to the outside and get met and brought down for just a 2-yard play. And I'm going to try to find the screen here. Yeah, because it's really the only consistent way I trust our quarterback to actually throw the ball. So now on 3rd and 8, it'll be a screen to the outside. There was a decent block, and we have another first down. But we would get subbed out after that, and I'm not 100% sure what happened, but we don't get any points there, despite the fact we were very much in field goal range. And we lose this game. Oh, there it is. So we get a 10-yard reception, and then Alfred goes to T. Parrish for 4 yards. And then on the very next play, he got intercepted. So that is why we lost this game. And obviously, it was a very, very rough day on the ground. We only got 34 yards on 16 carries. But receiving, we had 15 catches for 157 yards. So at least we're doing something there. Oh, and this time we apparently got straight A's, so our GPA is probably going to go up just a bit, but at least we got that. Well, we know we're going to need to throw some more into studying eventually, but for right now, I'm going to burn them on skill points. We actually earned 2 skill points there because we only had 3, now we have 5, and we're going to throw the rest into here, or at least a couple into here, and then 1 into getting healthy. In our last episode, I actually tried to upgrade our elusiveness to get to 87 change of direction so I can get the badge for Shifty. And whenever we upgraded, we did not get it. But we have enough skill points again. So this time, do we get it? Yes, we do. We actually go up to 88 this time. So once we have enough skill points, which I believe we just need 2 more, we will be able to buy Shifty. But for now, we get to go into our next game, which happens to be against Navy. But at least we are at home this time. And for today's game, it is apparently going to be a rainy day, so we'll come out and try to run the ball. And immediately this looks better than last week. We start with a gain of 6 on the ground, and like I said, immediately I feel better about our blocking this week. But on 2nd and 4, we are still going to call this screen because it's still a pretty effective way for us to move the ball. And we'll get to the outside for the first down, cut back in, and get brought down to the 45. On 1st and 10, back in a shotgun set again, we'll take the snap, and I saw that dude on the ground, so I assumed I could run by him, but I guess not. The next play we are in on is a 3rd and 4, where we will be running the ball to the outside, and that one's on me. It's now a 4th and 5. Awesome. Let's see if we can run the ball out of this play. We're going to go right up the middle, and we do get some positive yards, but we got leveled. That's a 4-yard run. And, you know, this play shows up. The halfback power 0 literally shows up, I feel like, every single time. And I try to run it, but sometimes it seems to work really, really well, and then other times it's like a loss of 5. But on 2nd and 6, we'll take this handoff, run into our own man, but fight for the first down. We're inches shy of it. So now we'll run this halfback power 0. Hopefully our blocking sets up, and we can get an easy first down for the offense here. Handoff, go to the outside, and not only do we have a first down, we have a huge gain here inside the 30, make that man miss, and get brought down to the 25. Like I said, it feels like that play either works out really well or does absolutely nothing. We come back out on a 1st and 5 and say quick throw to the outside. We'll try to use our speed to get to the end zone, and we do find our way in after spinning out a defender. Touchdown, Tulsa. We come back in with 38 seconds to go here in the first half. We are going to try to run the ball at least a couple times. We'll spin out one man and get the first down, brought down near the 40. Now we're going to try this counter play real fast. Take the snap, try to follow our blocks to the outside, spin back in, and we do have another first down. And I got taken out, but we did score a touchdown before halftime, but unfortunately, Navy would respond with a touchdown of their own. So we come back out in the second half down by 7 to the outside on the screen for a 3-yard play. Let's go ahead and try this screen again. 2nd and 7, a quick throw to the outside. We have some okay blocking, but most importantly, we have the first down, and we're brought down to 42. And I meant to run the ball, but I accidentally clicked another screen pass, so I guess we're going to run one more here. And it's going to work out probably better than the last two did. Another first down across the 35, and we'll go out of the 33. Unfortunately, following that, we would get subbed out, and the offense would not get any points, and then Navy would get another touchdown. So now we're down 28-14, and we're going to start this with a 9-yard carry. With about 3 minutes to go in the game, we're going to come out and run the ball one more time, and that play gets us a loss of 2. Not exactly what we were looking for there. Let's try the screen to see if we can get to the outside at all. About 2:55 to go from the 44-yard line. And it will be a quick screen to the outside. And we have some blockers out here, but we're going to fight and make it a 3rd and 1. Back in another shotgun set. We'll take the snap and go up the middle. We have the first down. All right, we have actually called a real pass play this time, so we'll see what our quarterback decides to do. He's going to go downfield, and that is caught, but there is a flag down, but I think it's going to be against Navy. And we got subbed out, but got the touchdown and the ball back. But with no timeouts remaining, under a minute to go in the game, we need to get out of the end zone, and it's going to be a safety. All right, probably not the best play call by me, but we're going to lose this game. There are some rumors coming out of your camp that there are some disgruntled players who are dissatisfied with your lack of leadership. What's your response to these reports? I'm going to deny the question, I guess. I feel like that's the best course of answering there, because I don't really want to throw anything into leadership. I'm still trying to get to be an actually decent running back. And for the next weekly agenda, we'll throw one into getting a skill point, and then we'll throw one more into getting healthy, and then the rest into studying. But that does mean we have another upgrade that we can get, because like I said before the last game, as soon as we get 2 more points, we can unlock at least the Bronze Shifty badge. But now it is time to go into our next game, which is against the UTSA Roadrunners. We immediately get to come out down 7-0. We're going to start with a run play to the outside, and yeah, that's a loss of 5. Already off to an amazing start today, guys. 2nd and 15. We're going to try this screen so we can get maybe some of those yards back. We'll get to the outside. We cut back in, spin out a defender, and have the first down. So let's run the ball one more time and see if anything can work out for us. And we do actually have a decent lane here. Spin out that man, break that tackle, and we're brought down to 47. Running the ball one more time. And it'll be a handoff up the middle, and nothing. Got subbed out for a few plays. We come back in. Now it's the 2nd quarter, and we're going to run the ball again. And we get some great blocking, and had that receiver been able to hold onto his block for a second longer, we were gone. It's still nice to get a big gain there, but that really sucks. I thought we were going to score a touchdown, but now we'll run a screen pass and end up with another first down. 1st and 10. Lined up in the backfield. We'll roll to the outside. Never mind. They're going to throw it to us immediately and only get a couple yards. 2nd and 8. And it'll be the screen again. Since he wants to throw it to us immediately, we have 3 linemen in front of us, and we will walk into the end zone. We get to start the next drive at our own 9-yard line, tied up at 7. And we'll try to follow our blocks up the middle and end up with a first down run to about the 20-yard line. Here we go, a 1st and 10. We'll take the snap, and we're going to try to juke to the outside, and they didn't fall for that at all. 2nd and 4. We get subbed out, come back in on a 3rd and 2, where we're going to run the ball to the outside and end up with a first down. We get subbed out again, come back in on a 2nd and 10. Now we'll take the snap up the middle to nothing. Well, I guess we didn't get nothing on that play. We got a 3-yard gain, but now we got subbed out, and we come into the second half where it's still tied up at 7, and we'll run for a first down. Now on a 1st and 10 again. Out of shotgun, we'll take the snap, go up the middle, and that's going to be a 5-yard run. 2nd and 5, back in shotgun again. We'll go back to the back, and that's just going to be a 3rd and 2 now. And I'm surprised we actually don't get subbed out on that play. I really expected to. But let's try this screen pass. On a 3rd and 2. Alfred's lined up in the backfield. He'll take the snap, and it'll be a quick throw to the outside. The blocking sets up, and we have the first down. Cut back in, or at least try to, get brought down to the 40. We would get subbed out, and apparently the drive would stall, as now we're on a whole new drive, and we're going to start with a loss of 1. Once again, we would get subbed out. We come back in later on in the same drive, I believe, from the 40-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. And we have a big run here. Inside the 30, 25-20, 15-10. And I was trying to make that man miss. Brought down to the 9-yard line. Well, we would get subbed out, but the offense would finish that drive with a touchdown. So we're up 14-7 as we come out for our next drive. That's going to set up a 3rd and 8. And I want to run a screen here. Pretty much I've decided if I'm in the game, the ball's going to me, just because that tends to be what happens anyway. If I call a different pass play, he just dumps it off to us in the backfield anyway. And on 3rd down, we're not going to get anywhere near the 1st. 1st and 10 with 1:49 to go. We just need to run down the clock here. And it looks like they're going to have an injury, we have an injury, so we have to burn a timeout. That is awesome. Not at all what you want to happen here with our 7-point lead. 2nd and 9, 1:47 to go. And it's going to be a screen to the outside. That's caught by Pearson, who will go up the sideline for the first down. And we manage to stay in bounds, which will force them to burn their very first timeout. 1:41 to go. Another screen to the outside, and we're going to get met and brought down in the backfield, but it does make them burn their second timeout. Now on a 2nd and 14. Let's get them to burn that final timeout by just running the ball. If I can break it to the edge and get the first down, that'd be even better, and that's exactly what we will do. And brought down to the 45-yard line. They burn that final timeout. We're going to get out of here with a win. They don't come often here, so I'm going to take them when we get them. We end up with 154 yards on the ground. I'm sorry, I'm on the what watch list? Our safety, Deshaun Combs, just told us, I just saw on my feed that you're on the Heisman watch list. Congrats, that's awesome. We should not be on that list at all. And then our head coach, Trey Lamb, comes in. Just wanted to stop by and say that you're doing an incredible job both on and off the field. You're setting a great example for our team, and you're leading at a high level. Well, what about that report that I'm apparently not a good leader that we just had last week, coach? Oh, well, I guess he also wants to set a challenge for this week. Tulane has a really solid defense, but they haven't faced us yet. Here's a challenge: record 2 rushing touchdowns or 2 receiving touchdowns and lead us to a win. Coach, I will do my absolute best, but have you seen the rest of this team? Oh, so our coach is completely out of his mind. Tulane is 7-1 and the number 16 team in the country. If we manage to get 1 touchdown, I'll be happy, coach. But for now, let's go ahead and just get us some skill points here. And I'm kind of tempted to just burn the rest of them because or the next 3 on another skill point, because I really don't think we're going to be doing much against this team. So yeah, it's exactly what we're going to do. We'll go to 3 skill points. I can't even study this week now, which may come back to bite me. We'll find out, but I will go ahead and get a little more healthy. Let's check out our stats to see exactly why we are up for the Heisman Trophy right now. 724 yards and just 2 touchdowns on the ground. You know, through 8 games, that screams Heisman to me. Receiving, though, I mean, we are at 803 yards and 3 touchdowns, so we have 1,500 total yards and 5 touchdowns. I still don't feel like that's enough for us to win the Heisman, considering we're at Tulsa and 3-5. But sure enough, we are up here. AJ Brand is also at Oklahoma? Wasn't he like the backup? Isn't he like the backup quarterback at Delaware when you start this thing? And he's like about to win the Heisman Trophy there? I mean, he spent last season at USF. But I think he's like the backup quarterback at Delaware when you first go there. Whatever, but on the Heisman Trophy watch list, we are at number 5, which is a little bit insane to me. Anyway, I guess it is now time to get completely destroyed, most likely by Tulane, but at least we're at home for it. Well, I guess our defense is off to a solid start because they got the ball first and had to punt it. We're going to come out and throw a screen on the very first play, and we're actually going to have a decent gain here down the sideline. All right, maybe this won't be as bad as I thought. 1st and 10, we're going to come out and try to run the ball. How well are we going to block today against Tulane? Oh, all right, there's my answer. So it looks like another day where we're going to have just a ton of screen passes to move the ball. As we throw this one to the outside, follow our blocks, and another first down. I don't want to completely abandon the run, though, so we are going to come out and try to run the ball at least occasionally, and it's not going to work there. 3rd and 11 now. Out of a shotgun set, we'll take the snap, and it's going to be another screen. You guys guessed it. As we will get good blocking and the first down. Now a 2nd and 13 for us. As we get sub back in, it'll be another screen to the outside, and there are 3 men here, and we are not getting past any of them. 3rd and 11 coming up, and they're going to sub us out again. But good news is we did get a field goal out of that drive, and our defense stopped them again. So we're currently up 3-0. We may not be exactly on track to hit our coach's goal that he wants us to get, but at least we're right now at the end of 1 quarter winning this game. 2nd and 10. Just throw me the screen, dude. And we get the reception. And we'll have the first down. Brought down to the 47-yard line. We're at 79 yards receiving already. Like I said, I don't want to completely abandon the run, but this D-line is just dominating our offensive line. 1st and 10 from the 47. And yeah, like right there, they knew exactly what we were running, and they knew exactly where to go. Just not much hope for us. So I think it's just better to run screens, get out in the open field, and try to make a play. So we'll do it again. The blocking sets up. We're going to go down the sideline and get a 3rd and 4 coming up. When we get subbed back in, we are all the way down at the 13-yard line on 1st and 10. And I don't know where he was trying to block there. I was trying to read the gap, but the center, I feel like, didn't go anywhere near where he was supposed to go. I mean, I could be wrong, but now it's a 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line. Run the screen again. And what was that? What just happened? He spiked the ball into the ground. And now we have a 3rd and 20 coming up. Wow, all right. So I guess we'll see what we can do on this play. Probably not much. And yeah, we're actually going to lose yards. That becomes a 4th and 27. Thankfully, we apparently have a solid kicker as he makes another field goal to make it 6-0. And our defense apparently came to play today. That's a loss of 1 in the backfield. We're going to keep trying to run the ball. That's really all we can do on offense. So on 2nd and 11, we're going to hand it to Pearson and try to follow blocks and end up with a solid gain this time at least instead of a 3rd and 5. And it looks like we're going to get subbed out. We don't get to come back in until the second half, or it is 6-3. We have the ball first to start this half. It will be a run play, and Pearson's going to turn that into a gain of about 3 yards to bring up a 2nd and 7. Let's go ahead and run that screen pass now, coach. So we'll come back in shotgun. We have a total of 1 rush yard on 8 attempts, by the way, but we have like 70-something receiving yards. Well, we're losing some there. All right, I'll try a regular pass play, and if he throws it to us immediately, I don't know what else to do here. And I thought my guy was going to go off by himself, but I guess not, and he gets sacked. All right, we're falling apart. And just like that, we're down by 4 now. All right, this is where our offense is its best, right? Slightly losing games. Well, that's going to be a 3-yard carry, so not exactly on that play. Let's try this screen again. Maybe don't spike the ball into the ground. I know we've ran a screen since then. You didn't do it, but that was just a really, really bad play. And now we'll go to the outside. I can't make that man miss at all, and we have no gain on that play. All right, time to run another normal pass play. Hopefully our quarterback can get rid of the ball. 3rd and 7. We'll run this to the outside. And he's going to let this one go, and it's going to be a 4th and 5. We now go into the 4th quarter, down by 4, and we have the ball. And it's going to be a handoff to Pearson for a gain of a yard. We obviously saw that I was on the Heisman watch list before this game. He is definitely not going to be there now, and that's going to be a loss in the backfield. 3rd and 12 coming up, and we'll just run the screen. We're going to see if the blocking wants to set up or not to get us the first down this time. From the 18-yard line, we need this play. And no, never mind, we break that tackle. Pearson to the outside, has the first down the sideline, and goes out of bounds. We're at 94 yards receiving. 4:17 remaining in the game now. Please blocking set up, and no, it doesn't. Pearson back in a shotgun set again. We'll take the snap, and we're going to throw this to the outside apparently. We'll make the catch and set up a 3rd and 8, so we get we get those yards back, but now we're getting subbed out. And as we got subbed out, apparently the drive would end. We get the ball back with 1:55, down by 7. And a quick throw to the outside will be caught by Pearson. We stay in bounds for a second and get the first down out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Now a 2nd and 2. Pearson back in shotgun. We'll take the snap and go up the middle, and he will fight for a gain of a few yards. But there is an injury now for Tulsa with for Tulane. Wow, those abbreviations are really similar. 1:31 to go. We just got a first down. We're going to run a screen. Hopefully we can get out to the outside and actually set something up. It'll be a quick throw to the outside, and never mind. We're brought down immediately. Here we go on a 2nd and 14. We'll take the snap. And he's not throwing to us immediately because he gets sacked on the play. Just absolutely brutal. 3rd and 22. We're going to hope for some good blocking on this play. We're going to go up the sideline, and it sets up a 4th and 13. We are going to stay on the field. We're going to run the same exact screen, or at least a different screen, whatever this was, to the other side this time. Give me a little bit more field to work with. And the pass will get out there. We get an okay block. We're going to need to hurdle him in, and we do for the first down. We keep our hopes alive here. We would then get subbed out for a few plays. We get thrown back in. It's a 4th and 10 with 26 seconds to go. We'll run the screen to the outside, try to follow our blocks. We get another first down, and we'll fight our way down to the 20-yard line. But we have no timeouts remaining. We get subbed out again. We'll see if we get to come back in, and we do not. So we will lose this game by a final score of 13-6. We had a great day receiving. Running the ball, though, not so much. I think we had 12 carries for a single yard. Oh, I was wrong on that. I apologize. We have 13 carries for 5 yards, but we did have 147 yards receiving. Our calendar shows you have an accounting test this week. How are you feeling about it? Want to come in and study? Sure. We will study moderately, I guess. We'll burn 2 energy on that. I really have many scenarios you get that are just like, hey, if you don't burn the energy here, you're probably going to regret it. So, we're taking away energy that you could be using to get better, which really sucks. But I think that is going to wrap up this episode. In the next episode, we should be able to finish out this season. We at least got the Shifty badge now for this year. We're at a 73 overall. And I don't know if you guys can smell that, but I can definitely smell that transfer portal calling.